Alright, so roll some random rolls. I did not return from that endeavor yet. So you guys are not going to have me around for a while. So something bad is happening to me over in the forest. So are you guys concerned at all for Werat?
I doubt we're even thinking of Werat.
Yeah, you're not even thinking of Werat. That's no.
Well,
and you haven't asked anybody about
Werat,
so you guys have no idea if he's kind of like. For me, I'm not going to just come back on my own volition because apparently something bad is happening to me.
Which is great.
Yeah,
well, shouldn't Annabelle think about Squirtle?
Yeah. Yeah, what about Squirtle? Squirtle's with me. So, are you thinking about Squirtle? So, no.
Nope.
So what are you thinking about? Just the adventure of going
I guess
to the...
Yeah, I'm getting all caught up in the adventure.
Yeah, the adventure to the settlement of Black Dragons. Because, I mean, it's not every day you're given the opportunity to go to extremely advanced city. I mean, that's what Funoos is. Funoos is a place dislocated by time. I mean, it's literally and figuratively. Because they have chrono magic. At least...
So, basically Annabelle is coming with me.
I guess. Are you?
I don't think she'll find a way into the city otherwise.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't. She'd be probably shot on sight also. And that's assuming they'll let you in. They might just bar your way.
Annabelle gets shot on sight, wakes up a few weeks later, gets shot on sight, wakes up a few weeks later.
Sad but true. Ah, crap. Oh, there goes the system.
No, great.
Oh, never mind. It came back. This is something that's locking it up. Alright, so... now what?
Well, Sains is the one who knows where we're going, so...
So you're not going to make any prior preparations to where you're going, like anything? No prior prep, nothing?
No, I think you might want to heal up first.
It's not how my wounds work. I mean, I could talk to the herbalist. Maybe they've got something.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go there. It's my
like,
first reaction on that.
It's Koyan and his den of weirdos. So you're gonna do it anyway. Alright, so does it look relatively clear? Okay, so it's not as smoky this time. It's got like a pall of incense now, so it smells a little nice. And you can see that they're actually this time they're actually working on everything. Like they're actually making potions and such. That's what you see as you walk in. And
So
let's see, any of them notice you. Koyan is so enraptured in his work that he's not even noticing anyone.
Oh,
so Pog is the one that's like, oh, hey lady, you're haven't been around here in a while. What brings you back to the shop?
Magical wounds. They aren't really going away with normal medicine.
It's like, that's not really my specialty. So, and Koyan kind of like, let's see, does he have an accident? Yeah. So he's like doing a potion, and then he spills most of his creation on the table. And it's like, ah, damn it. That's the second time this week.
What happened?
It's like, right, yes, magical wounds. Just ignore that I just made a mess. Let's see to those wounds. So, see if you're observant. Do you see anything out of the ordinary on him? No, so... nothing that you can see anyway, because he's working quickly. So... it's like, well, I'll need to know what caused these, because I don't think I can help you here.
Life magic, I guess.
Okay. Oh, you mean self-inflicted wounds again?
Yeah.
So, like, he's like prodding the wounds.
I'm just looking at him.
It's like, well,
So
I have a little bit of something, I guess. It's like, Pog, give me serum 27B, would you please? And then it's like he throws him a vial with blue stuff in it, and it's got a fat bottom and a long neck, and it's just, yeah, just apply this to the, oh, you know what? And it's like, you know what? Let me just do it. So he just uncaps the bottle and starts applying the blue stuff to the wounds. Does it work? That's your dice. Yeah, so it does work. Does it work fully? No. Okay, so only half. Oh, something's running in the background. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, very professional. I am totally not doing my GM job because my computer is lacking out. I will eventually get that fixed. As of now, not so much. Okay, you could probably... Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Nope, that is not happening. Ah, shit. It's froze it again. It's just that... I don't know what's up with my system, but it's like, it's locking up. It's probably the video card. That's not a good sign. Okay, so close that, close that, close that. Because it's like locking up every so often. And I don't edit these, so everything is as it should be.
Oh
Right,
well.
so that only half of your... Shit. It's getting ridiculous. Right, so you only got half of the missing health back. They are not the most competent medics. Their specialty is like, they're not even doctors. It's like Pog is losing his touch because he don't need to heal many people nowadays. So his skills are getting a little dulled.
I sort of like look at Carrion and say, I think you might need some practice.
It's like, practice on who? I mean, there's barely anyone getting sick around here nowadays, and I don't feel like becoming an adventurer again. So it's like, well, the only way I can think up is if we get some sort of, I don't know, income of people and export of people. We don't really get a lot of visitors. Very isolated town.
Well, there's been a lot of wounded at Snugport recently.
It's like, if I could get there I would, but it's very far away.
I'll have to lead you there when I'm able.
It's like, I would rather not. I mean, I wouldn't want to walk all that way.
Don't you forget that we have swamp turtles.
It's like, still, it's who would manage the shop? You can tell Koyan's not trying to go anywhere. Just...
Sort of turned to Pog.
It's like, no, I've already been dislocated already. I'd rather not go on more adventures into the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Well, I have to go.
So... And it's like, yes, well, off you go. I didn't even bill you for the blue stuff.
I noticed that as I'm walking away. It's like, did they?
It's Koyan we're talking about. He's just as much of a senile old man. And so is, in fact, that's the irony, is that most of the people who are in the herbalist shop are old. Like,
I've been healed to the best of this town's abilities.
yep. Okay, so Sains, you just waited patiently for all that to happen?
No, I walked over to Dogma.
Okay, so you're already gone. So...
I walked over to Dogma. Didn't leave the town yet, so...
Yeah,
No worries.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like she comes back to where you were and you're already gone. Like you didn't wait for her where she was. So you didn't wait for her at the gate. Annabelle comes back and you're not even at the gate. You already moved on to Dogma.
Yeah.
I'm establishing the scene here. Okay, so again, he's having a fight with his son. Then so is Diusa, because he's a rebellious youth. So it's like, you, lizard man, get out of my way. And he's like shoving you aside. Can you resist his shove, though?
Nope.
So he's like shoving you aside. And he's going out the door.
Damn Hulk children.
Okay. And so, like, Dogma's kind of raising an eyebrow, like they were mid-argument, and then he just walks out. And so he's like, yes, what can I do for you?
I just came to check in on you.
Okay.
Heard you were running the the housing district.
That's like, you already knew that.
Yeah.
So why are you asking, why are you inquiring again?
I just came to check up on you guys.
Okay.
You're the only dragons except for Cruz.
Like, I know you, and you know me, and I know you would not do that just to check up on a friend. There's something you want. So Dogma knows you pretty well. I mean, he's just been sitting around, so he's been a very observant individual over the time period. So he knows that you don't talk with people just because you want to. You talk with people because you want something.
I'm just trying to figure something out over the whole town, so...
It's like, oh, what are you trying to figure out? And who's that big black thing with you?
So you're one of them that can see it.
Okay. It's like, so he's a spirit.
Yes.
So, Diusa cannot see you. So he's tapping Diusa. It's like, yeah, it's, I guess it's some spirit saints now bringing along. Yeah, just go along with it.
He's my mentor.
Okay. It's like, mentor? You mean, who's that? Like, he doesn't know your mentor.
Didn't also tell the whole town the story about my past.
That was 9 years ago. But that was over time, and, he forgets things, because they're human. Well, he's human-like. He's a yellow drake, and he's had a lot on his mind, so that's not...
When I was a kid, he taught me all the stuff I know right now. Or most of it.
Okay, so he's kind of like your master.
Not see him as a master, see him as a mentor.
It's like, okay. Still doesn't explain why you're here.
Well... I heard you were supposed to be the lord of this town.
So it's like, well, so I'm told.
Yes, I've been told that you should be the lord, so...
It's like, and he points at Diusa. It's like, if anything, Diusa's going to end up the queen of this land, and I'll just be the handsome king.
All depends.
So it's like, I'm going to be honest, I think Diusa's more fit to be ruler of this land than me.
Probably, but most rulers don't rule alone, so...
Let's see, does that give her ideas? No, so... Diusa, she's good. It's like, I'm good at what I do, but I'm not that good. I'd rather not manage an entire town. Okay, anyway. It's like, and well, he's getting a little impatient. It's like, still didn't explain why you're here. You're just sharing information. It's not really asking anything.
I didn't come to ask anything this time.
It's like, well, that's a first.
You guys probably know what happened to Pei.
It's like, well, it's kind of hard not to. Very few things happen in the town without us knowing.
True. And at that point, I'm just like, is your son always like that?
Yes. What does it matter to you?
I'm just curious.
It's like, your curiosity is dangerous. You've been told that several times.
How many times I've been told that, I don't know anymore, so...
It's like, is it because it's dangerous that you're curious, or is it because you're just curious?
Just curious.
It's like, it'll get you killed eventually. That's the honor. That's the only eventuality for that, is that it'll eventually lead you to dark places, and then your curiosity will get you killed. This is dogma trying to prevent you from dying. So, it's like, I haven't seen it otherwise, As my time as a paladin, I've seen plenty of paladins be tempted by unholy arts. By commanding the spirits rather than helping them. Just out of curiosity to see, can they do it? But once you start going down that slope, there's no stopping it. So just make sure your curiosity has its limits.
There. At that point, I'm just like, oh, that's the reason why there are spirits there.
Okay. It's like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, you probably don't know, but I sort of am the lord of where the old Temple of the Templars Paladins was.
It's like, so let me get this straight. You're saying the Order of Templar, besides being gone, their temple is now controlled by you.
They weren't. They didn't really vanish. They were.
So it's like, well, it makes logical sense. With no Templars around to care, or no Templars around to free the spirits, they must have been trapped there.
Still, the Black Dragons made sure the Templars, or Paladins, whatever, were...
Yeah, so he's like, he waves his hands, like, not my concern. I left that order a long time ago.
True. Hence the reason why Onak is here.
So, and he's pretty much like, you could tell he's a little frustrated because, he's not an adventurer anymore. And he can't be because he has a son, so he can't go anywhere. So, like, he's becoming more and more, he gave up alcoholism, but that just makes him angrier. Because that's what he had to give up. So he's like an angry individual, so he'll definitely... Like, he'll rag on you for wasting his time and things like that. Which is kind of what he's doing now. It's like, alright, so you just came to display information that we already knew. Or at least relatively knew. And us knowing certain things isn't really helping the cause that much now, is it? Like, knowing you're a lord of the undead doesn't really, or the unliving doesn't really help them in any sort of way. You can blame Diusa for that, for teaching him utility of data. It's not just about knowing things, it's about knowing what to do with that knowledge. So it's like, so she knows you're the Lord of the Undead. Just like, how does that help us? Or how does that help them specifically? And so here we are again, so... So, I mean, now what? I mean... He's clearly getting agitated that you're wasting his time.
At that point, I just walk out because I don't know because why, but oh well.
It's like, yeah, goodbye. He says it in like a mean tone because you didn't even bother. Like you did what Sains always does. You just walk out and you don't say goodbye or anything. So that you did not leave a very good impression on Dogma. Let's just put it that way.
He didn't leave a good impression on me, so.
Yeah. How so? I mean, you have no empathy for his situation, and he has no empathy for your situation because, I mean, you're two separate people.
Also true.
And you didn't offer anything. Like, you just kind of came into his office unannounced with no sort of rhyme or reason just to talk with him, pretty much wasting his time. Because remember, they have to manage the town housing now. So, just wasting his time. It's just like if someone walked in on you and you had to like put time aside, like you're doing in the middle of something, and the next thing you know, some random stranger's coming in, even though you're not a stranger. And he's talking about things that you don't really care about. That's what you just put Dogma through. So probably you just made an adversary, and he's not gonna, or you're probably not gonna fund him, so he's just gonna have to fund himself.
All depends.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So that's the new Dogma you got to deal with. It's just an adventurer who's no longer an adventurer, who's dealing with a son that is very rebellious. Alright, so now comes the next stage of the adventure. Yeah. This Annabelle's still waiting there, though, at the gate.
Yeah, she's pretty much been just walking around in circles.
Like, literally, there's a hole in the floor?
There's like a large pattern in the sand.
Okay. What's the pattern look like?
I don't know, a circle with like symbols in it.
I think you're picking up more background noise. Because I hear, like, fans and stuff rotating in the background. I don't know what it is.
I know.
What is it?
I don't know.
Okay. You said it so fast, it's like, just like I didn't even hear what you said. It was just a massive noise that did not comprehend in my brain.
Oh, the description?
Yeah.
A circle with like symbols in it.
No, not the description. I was talking about the background noise. I didn't understand the background noise. I understood the symbol.
The background noise, I said, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. It's just when you said it the first time, it's like, I don't know. It's like, what? You need to enunciate your words.
Noted.
Want to go home, can't go home, man. Your legs are missing. So that's the Sloan. Alright, so that's it. You guys are done with your business in town and you're just going to go.
I'll walk over to Annabelle, ask if she's ready, so...
Well, first off, did you establish that she's coming with you? Like, have you even talked to each other about said...
I know I told her
about
it.
Okay, so you told her about it.
Like at the very end of the last session I said, so I guess I'm coming with you then.
Okay. Well, he hasn't, like, agreed or anything yet, have you?
Doesn't matter whether he agrees or not.
Okay, you're gonna come with him anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's all that matters is that even if he didn't want you to, you're coming with him anyway. Okay, so that's established. So I guess we move. So you're done with your town business. There's nothing else to do.
Not really, no.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. The real irony is you guys aren't really getting paid for half of this stuff because you're not. It's not really jobs. It's really just odd jobs. Not even jobs. It's like
I haven't been paid since I got back.
Because you guys haven't been accepting any contracts. You've just been accepting like quests. It's quests to go solve things and get information, but you haven't really been trying to fill your pockets in any way, shape, or form. Alright, I'm realigning. Whoop. So there's the party. Are you guys taking a swamp turtle?
I No.
I wouldn't advise it because you have to go in a tunnel network and then you have to leave the swamp turtle behind anyway. So you're just gonna have to hoof it.
Or we just run straight.
You can't just go directly to Funoos, you'd get killed immediately because you can't even approach the
I
wall.
didn't mean to Funoos.
Alright.
I meant straight through the Heart of Fury, through the...
Yeah, to the...
ash.
to your... So basically you're leading the way to your temple-ish. I don't even know. You haven't named it yet. You can just call it your domain. You're leading them to your domain.
I think the safer bet would be the tunnels.
Well, yeah, and that's... You know what else that is? That's the only way. There's no other way you know of that you recon that you can get in. This is the only shredded hint you've gotten in years.
Yeah, but I first of all have to get back to my place where I'm staying.
Yeah, so hence roll encounter. Do you get to move before you actually have to fight anything? No.
Yes.
So yes and no. So you get to the border of the zone, and that's when you have a hostile encounter. On foot, which is far worse.
All depends.
Depends on what it is. Okay, so you're just walking along. Roll a d2.
Can you readjust this?
It's like roll a d2. It's like, of course I'll readjust you. I'm not that senile. Okay, so it's gonna be in the desert region, so it's gonna be a desert-like monster. Roll your awareness. Are you guys able to see? That's 2d100s.
Nope.
Oh, nope. So you guys, what are you guys?
Maybe one of the
what are you
guys.
distracted by? Is the question.
I'm probably just conversing with Chi.
Okay. About what?
I'm just trying to beeline straight to where
Yeah,
I
he said that's your problem is you get so focused on something that you forget you have surroundings. And there are things around you.
Does owner also notice?
No.
No.
Because they have the same mentality of, beeline
Chi?
straight to the objective. That's Chi, roll it. Okay, so she's the one who,
At least one
is she
person
able to warn the rest of the party, though? That's the D100.
She has recently become omniscient.
Yeah. She's a survivalist. She's had to survive some pretty harsh environments, and along with having to survive, she was a pirate, and she had to survive on her own for the longest time because, piracy is a dangerous profession. So she has to learn to rely on herself. So knowing what's around you is kind of important, especially on the open sea, where, if your ship goes down, that's pretty much a death sentence. Either you're going to get captured, or you're going to drown. So take your death. That's why she became pretty... Okay, well anyway, so roll a d4. See what direction.
That would be Sains, right?
No, that would be you, because she is your character. So you're talking with her about things... You're you're up here. You're talking with her about... What are you talking with her about?
I don't know, stuff and things.
Like what?
Like what?
Lovely weather
What?
What?
Lovely weather we're having in the desert.
Is it? No. It's like, what are you talking about? It's hot as hell. It's like she's pretty much sweating. It's like, what are you talking about? It's hot as hell out here.
Sarcasm?
It's like, well, be sarcastic when the weather's not as bad.
But now's the perfect time to be sarcastic. Dodo!
It's like you have an odd sense of perfection.
How so?
Okay, so... Oh, okay. Well, it's someone you've already met then. So you... In front of you, she immediately draws her sword and shield. You're talking, she's looking at you, and she's wiping her brow because it's hot as hell outside. And she immediately looks straight ahead, and you see a sand spirit sitting on a rock. It's like, oh, you guys again. It's been a while.
Didn't I just meet you a couple of days ago? You like threw me into a
maybe.
sandstorm? Still don't understand why you enjoyed screwing with us so much.
It's like, well, it's pretty amusing getting in your way.
So, what have you concocted this time?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
And?
So she starts drawing in the sand, and you see that the sand is starting to move. Then, well, next thing you know, it's just this giant wall just bursts up, and it's pretty high, and it's blocking your immediate path. And you kind of see her walk through it like it's a curtain. And it's like, I wouldn't walk through that if I were you. The sand's so strong, you could probably just take the skin off your bones and then whatever else.
I try and make a tunnel through it with my magical
go for it.
elemental ball.
So, nope. You're still, again, you haven't actually, you probably should have rested before you went anywhere. You're still in a weakened state.
Resting is for chumps.
Well, apparently it also means that you suck at everything. So, that's just how that works. So, yeah, just in the future reference, just think about that. So anyway, you tried it, but, you're in a weakened state. That's like, oh, somebody's not on their ball today.
It happens to the best of us.
And so she's playing with the sand wall, and it's making faces and stuff in it. Not very nice things, disturbing things. So everyone back there's just watching.
I'm just gonna walk up. And on my way to there, I'm just thinking to my bow, please don't hate me for this.
Okay. Why? What are you gonna do?
Because my bow freezes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hand it over to her, here, take this.
Okay. So D100, does it actually do anything? You might lose your bow, by the way, if this doesn't work. Okay, well, I guess you just lost your bow.
No.
It's oh, nice toy you have here. So, she's holding it and it's not...
It yet.
Huh?
She hasn't taken it yet.
I thought you tossed it
I
to
still
her.
have it.
Have
no,
it?
I have it in my hands still.
Okay, D100, are you able to pull it back before she basically seizes it from you? Nope, just lost your bow. It's now in her hands. So, you were trying to do something clever, but all it did was now the bow is in her hands. It's like, oh, nice toy you have here. You didn't think that through, did you?
I just turn quizzically to Sans. Why did you just...
Oh, I did.
Yeah. No, but the bow's already left your hand by the time you do that.
Yeah, but I can still do this.
Okay.
Now you're gonna hand me back my bow.
Okay. So, she hands it back on, well, it's one thing with, she kind of just melds into the sand and then goes over here. And she draws the bow back and she fires what looks like an ice arrow, and then the wall just freezes over. It's huh, interesting toy. And then she just throws, she doesn't even wait for preamble, she just throws it straight at you. So it's a D100. So you catch it easily because, it's spirit bow. It's not that hard for you to catch it because it's part of you.
True.
Now that this wall is frozen, can I just kick it over?
Yeah. It's well, I think now you have a frozen wall to deal with. And so now you can try to break it or something.
I just try and push it and make it fall over.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess that works. So you just kind of, what do you do? Do you, touch it with a finger, or what exactly do you do?
I just, start leaning on it, and then it starts falling over.
Does that actually work? Yeah, so, yeah, it just falls over that direction. It's like, oh, you guys are too smart for your own good.
Does it make
Or
me
lucky,
trip?
I don't know. I'll just have to come up with something else.
Yeah, because I was leaning on it so much, I fall over when it falls over.
Yeah. She is not able, like, she just, instead of catching you, she's just watching you fall over. It's like, you know, you have the strangest way of solving problems.
Why do I always do this to myself? Anyway.
Well, it's not so much yourself, it's really just other people doing things to you and you having to find a way out of it.
I guess.
Okay, so that's one encounter down. You didn't have to worry about them trying to kill you, that's the good news. Because she's a demented spirit, she doesn't exactly try to kill you immediately. Okay, so, another D100, or another encounter you have to roll.
Nothing.
So, nothing. Literally the opposite. Which is, do a D100. Does that count for everything? That's like 1 across the board, so I have to do that. So no. That only counts for maximum, and the maximum you can do that for, if it doesn't say for all the zones, is 2 zones. So for 2 zones, you'll have free passage.
Oh, so basically we're in the zone I need to be in.
No. You're not there yet. You have quite a few zones to still go before you get there.
Yeah, 2.
Not even.
Now, 4.
You go through the Heart of Fury. You go through one of the
One
Ash
of
Plains,
them,
but then you're into another forest zone.
Yeah, and then one more.
I think you have one more zone?
Yeah.
That's assuming. Let me go see if it's actually in this zone. That is a no. Oh wait, no, that is correct. Yeah, it actually is in that zone. Alright, so you have to roll encounter. No, it's not. There's you have to go through 2 more zones to get there.
Yeah, I know.
So why'd you say it was 1?
I said 2. And then you
we'll
said
just roll encounter.
So
Don't pin this on me.
Still nothing.
Okay, roll 1 more encounter. Okay,
Of
course it's gonna be right. As soon as you get on the border, you're gonna have hostiles. D100, are they trying to kill you? No, so they're just trying
Can
to...
we move to where we are?
Working on it. Gotta reveal the it's like patience, Padawan.
There's like a bridge, and Gandalf is standing there. You shall not.
So this is a hostile entity. Why am I reminded of lightning from Dark Souls before they nerfed it? Oh yeah, just throwing lightning everywhere. The easiest way to win the game, Dark Souls 2, until they nerfed it, and then it couldn't do as much as it could. So D100 both of you. Actually, let me roll for your allies. Okay, so the one who saw it this time is Oso. You're still the bullet. You guys just you have no sense of awareness.
Even though I'm in my unique, I still don't see it.
Yeah. Well, unique doesn't apply to awareness.
I know. I know.
So, and you guys don't have the awareness skill, so you don't have a chance of being aware of your surroundings. You guys are the worst scouts possible.
That's why I don't do scouting missions.
Okay, so... thought it was gonna be that. Okay, so it's not that either. So... it's not that either. What could it be? So you guys are not aware. The only one who's aware is Oso. And what you see, like, is she able to warn the party? No. Like, she turns to a threat, and it's already bum rushing into you by the time you guys can turn. Let's see, is it surprise attack? Yes. So it is a surprise attack, so you won't be able to defend yourselves from the first initial blows.
I thought it wasn't attacking us.
You thought it wasn't attacking you? Well,
Yeah,
this is a surprise attack, so this is, not so much that. It's kind of a surprise, but it's not really, like... They're just... when I say bum rushing into you, they're not trying to kill you immediately. So... Also, it's not... The only one who's not going to get hit with a surprise attack is Oso, because, remember, they can't see Onar, because he's technically a ghost. So the ones they're bum rushing into, there's actually going to be just 4 of them, 1 per each. So, like, they're just barreling you to the ground. It's 4 guys going into a shoulder charge. Are you guys able to stay upright? Or is the charge going to knock you guys to the ground? Nope, it's going to knock you guys to the ground.
That's for me, at least.
Yeah, pretty much all of you. So, they're like shoulder charging into you. Then you guys are getting knocked to the ground. The only one who's not is Oso, who's still on her feet. She has a chance to counterattack, and since this is she can do her own surprise, which is she can just do an assassin strike, but she misses.
No, she hits.
Well, she hits, but not for insta-kill. So she simply dodges out of the way, and he goes forward, and then she does a slash. So she's now behind her, but he took a slash to the chest. Let's see. I'm actually going to try to reconsider the armor class button, and I'm thinking of just doing a D100 to see, alright, what do you do, double damage or not? But that one seems a little cliche. It's still a lot of effort to try and figure that one out. So he takes that much armor damage with a slash.
Well, that would remove the point of damage types.
Kinda. It's more of it's a weird experimental method I'd have to find out. It really comes down to I got a hard lock what has what armor type. So that means he should have no armor, if that's the case. So she pretty much stabbed him like in a vulnerable spot and his armor falls off. Can she... Okay, so you guys are pretty much on the ground, now what? Like, they're standing over you, it's just these feral-looking men. Does he have multiple arms? I guess he does. Yeah, that's, D100, do you guys notice and either of you notice the difference, or are you dazed? Okay, so Sains noticed the difference. You're impacted on the ground, facing up. Like, Annabelle, you were kind of knocked sideways, so you don't have a very good view. Plus, you're disoriented from the fact that, you just got shoulder charged. Sains is looking up, and you see that, he's got a massive greatsword in one hand, and 2 of his hands, but he has 4 hands.
Oh.
So
Annabelle is slowly getting up, saying...
Yeah.
What kind of person just shoulder charges someone else randomly?
Okay, so they don't talk. They're not speaking. They're not even yet roaring or anything. Their faces look pretty dour, too. Like, they're not making... Actually, you guys... So, that's pretty easy to notice. Like, they have an aura of just calm, and... You can feel like it's, like, controlled rage. So, these are not people that are negotiable with.
Really?
Okay, so... No.
Yes.
No, they resisted that.
Trick, this is active.
Yeah. But not against these guys,
Bypass
because I got a D100 first, beforehand, so they can't be
this
deceived.
This was already active.
Yeah. No, it's
I
not
used
so
no
much about
sense.
you can't bypass defense when it's a crit 100 for their methodology, meaning, like, they can't be deceived like that. And also think of their personality. They're laser focused on whatever rage they have, so trying to deceive something that can't really think, that is just a bundle of rage, you can only deceive things that are sentient and thinking. These are not thinking. At least with beasts, they have somewhat thinking. So, very different. You're going to have to try something else.
Alright.
Okay, so, you're going to try, you miss at close range.
Trick. I'm
yeah,
in focus.
Right, so likely you're going to do the pierce damage first, which is going to take his armor off, and the second shot's going to be, and then the ice damage doesn't transfer over. That just freezes the armor pieces. So you shot him, and with your arrows, and it freezes his armor off. Wait, what?
I shot 2 arrows.
Yeah, and then the second arrow. It's like, I'm working on it. It's like, I understand the method. It's just, remember, damage doesn't roll over, so you have to hit the armor rating first, and then you have to hit the flesh underneath. Which, speaking of which, so under their armor, they usually don't have anything, so they don't take bonus damage, they'll just take standard damage. That's 152. This is real hard when your system is frying. Like everything you took for granted. It's just all the things you take for granted. So you did a bow shot at close range. Didn't you have isn't it a heavy weapon?
Nope. It's medium.
Okay, so it's medium. So you're just gonna do it again, which is only...
Yes.
It's 152. Just a little bit short. That's like minus 304, but he's still standing. So he took 2 bow shots from the ground, but he's still standing. So that pretty much convinced them that you're hostile. Like, if there was any doubt in their mind that you weren't hostile, now that's pretty much saying that you are hostile.
They charged into us.
Yeah, they did. But, you know, they may or may not convince that. I'm just saying for right now, they are considered enemies because you just shot at them. Well, you all attacked them. So they have attacked you. You returned the attack, and so now they're considered enemies. If anything, it was before you was Oso. Oso was the one who defended herself. But still, okay. So, Annabelle, do you have a chance? Like, let's see. So she is not one to just stay on the ground. Like, she's on her feet immediately from the soldier charge. What about you? Okay, so no, you were hit pretty hard.
Just slowly getting up using
Yeah.
my stuff as a...
Okay, so they're not gonna wait. They're gonna go straight for an attack. So they're gonna go for their blades, which... So for Chi, they're going to miss because she has enough awareness, because she's getting on her feet, and she's able to dodge it. You, on the other hand, can you dodge from the ground? Just D100. Like, are you able to defend yourself from the ground? No, so that's going to be an attack on your arm.
Trick.
So
Just a question
Yeah.
before you go any further.
Yeah.
What happens if it's the same number?
What happens if it's the same thing? It works. Yeah, the number has to be greater than 1. It's because it's a division problem. So, what's 45 divided by 87? That's less than 1, right?
Yeah, but
That
the
means
57.
57 divided by 57 is 1. So then 1 means it hits.
Alright. Just making sure.
Yeah. You just said, no, there's no weaseling your way out of this. not this time. What was your armor class again? Cloth?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're going to lose your armor, because that's at least 31 damage worth of... So you're able to... Your armor gets shredded, but you're able to save most of your flesh. So are they going to go for... And they're not stopping, they're going for a second strike. So he's going to swing his great blade at her, but she's able to defend herself. So she has she has the standard 2, she doesn't have the... So she's rendered invulnerable. Okay, so, at least for the duration. So she has invulnerability for now. What about you? Are you able to defend yourself this time, or are you going to just get stabbed on the ground? So yeah, this time you can roll a defensive measure when he goes for his swing. Which he misses anyway, so you don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
So, like, he slashes your clothes, and they rip, and then he goes for, like, a downward stab, but you roll out of the way. Okay, speaking of, let's see, so, obviously Sains is going to get attacked also. So, D100, can you defend yourself from the ground? Or are you on your feet yet?
I got on my feet by shooting the bow.
Yeah. Well, that's D100 still. It's like that's another action. So you're still on the ground. So can you defend yourself from the ground, though? So yeah. So he's going to go for a swing. He misses because you're able to move and then he's going to go for the larger blade, which means you have to defend yourself. By doing these actions, the defense, if it succeeds, you will be on your feet. So you have to defend yourself. Okay, so well, that was easy. So does that mean you can? So that also means you can counterattack. So.
Ooh. Just gonna do this then.
Okay. So you don't have that. So you just go with. So you roll aside. You get on your feet. You draw both blades, and what do you do with both blades?
Just hit him so he can't block with his sword.
Well, be more descriptive than that. That's the obvious choice. Like, where are you stabbing him, for instance? Like, whatever.
Probably his throat and his heart.
Okay. So you just so you do kind of a weird martial arts type. You know how you do the 2 fists forward in martial arts? No.
Sort of, yes.
So you're doing like that with your swords, where you have one above, one below, and you're stabbing forward, and it goes into his neck and his heart. So he starts spasming? Yeah. So he spasms, and then you just kind of pull the blades out, and he just falls to the ground. Okay. So what about also that one's disoriented, so she's going to try to get another backstab in, which she does not do. So he's disoriented, but he's got enough wit about him to dodge another attack. Okay, so now it is your turn to try and attack them. Now that you're relatively... Annabelle, you're still rolling on the ground. Okay, so now you're on your feet now. After getting your armor shredded, it's like, alright, this is a life or death situation, so I better get my head in the game.
Yeah, and I just do this.
So you get on your feet immediately and you draw your scythe and you just go for slashes. So that'll do... It won't do enough to kill one. Like are you doing 2 different targets or the same target?
Same target.
That's enhanced crit, but it doesn't roll over. So.
But I also stun him.
Yeah, so he's stunned.
And you heal.
Well, hold up, I have to roll. He does not have a defense chance. Yeah, and you heal yourself because of their blade. So you get your 20 health back. Oh, so that's what you meant by I don't have to really... You just needed an enemy to siphon.
Pretty much.
Okay, so you're going to use the lower slash, which is the one without all that stuff. And then you use the crit one, so you do that. You do like double it to his health. Wait, you have enhanced, so that's triple. So roll insta-kill. Let's do 100. Or did it freeze? Did it freeze? Okay, so yeah, that's an insta-kill. So the first one, you shredded his armor, and do you still have that? Do you have that stabbing blade on the other end, or is it you never installed it?
I never got it from him. He never actually made it.
Okay. Well, you never checked back with him ever, or you checked back with him and he didn't have it, and then you never checked back ever since. Okay, so describe it to me. It's an insta-kill blow and it's a slashing blow, so...
So with the first attack, I sort of slash at him, and then I punch him in the face, and then with my other arm, I'm putting my blade where his head is going.
Okay.
So I punch him into the blade.
Oh, okay. So you did a downward slash. Are you one-handing this or are you two-handing this?
At first I'm one-handing, then...
Yeah, so you do a downward slash
then
with
I'm
one hand.
one-handing.
Yeah. So you do downward slash or you do a diagonal slash to tear his armor off, and then you kind of, from the slash, you simply rotate the blade around, and then you punch him into the blade. So then his head's now stuck on it. Now what?
I just pull it off, I guess.
Okay, you just kind of... Well, how do you pull it off? Do you actually, touch the head and just shove it off, or do you just rip the scythe blade out?
Yeah, there's just this awkward moment where I'm just pulling it a little, and then it's get off.
No, you're just kind of tapping it, just trying to get it off, and then you kind of brush it until it gets off. Okay, so she's going to go for a bash, which is not a stunning effect, that's just straight up. That's actually wrong, I just realized that. There's only supposed to be one accuracy roll on that. So, does he have defensive measures? He's aware they're actually in a sort of a brawl right now. So he defends against the bash, but not the follow-up. Which is, he does a triple slash, which does more damage to his... not so much, so... So yada yada yada, and then does a stab, which takes his armor off. So she just did a flurry of 6 blows and his armor comes off. Along with a little bit of health, but not that much. So are they going to... It looks like they're trying to run again. Like, or rather, they're not running. They have their blades forward in front of them, but you can see that they're starting to take steps back. So what do you guys do from there?
I want to run up and bonk one on their head.
Okay, so...
You take the one attacking Chi.
You have the chance to do so. So yeah, you jump in front of Chi, and that's what you're going to try to do. How so, like a stunning blow, or are you talking like a killing blow?
Stunning.
Okay, so that's... Well, if you want to use... that's a tough one. Probably D100, because you don't actually have a skill to detain people. So... Yeah, so he's backing up, and then out of nowhere, you just leap in front of Chi, and you just bring the blunt edge of your scythe around and just slam him in the head. With the full weight of also the metal components inside, so... And with as much energy as you can master.
KO.
So yeah, he's knocked out. He's not cold. Like he just hits the ground and then he's not getting up for a while. Okay, what about the other one?
By seeing that, I just shoot 4 arrows.
Okay, so which is I think that's insta kill. Hold on, let me roll that. Or let me...
600 and a bit.
Yeah, that's about 600 damage. So, roll an insta-kill. See if it actually kills. It wouldn't matter either way, but let's see if it actually is an insta-killing shot. Of course it is. So, so you just draw... Do you draw all 4 at the same time, or 2 at a time?
2 at a time.
So you just do quick double tap. And are you just going for the vulnerable spots? Like, you know, the head, the heart, the throat, and the stomach? No, yes,
I'm gonna go for the head and the heart, and then do like sort of 2 first arrows, so it doesn't move anymore, and then the second 2 arrows are the.
Oh, so you're like pegging him you're pegging his feet in place, and then you're shooting him in the vulnerable spots.
Yes.
That's horrible, but all right, it did kill him though.
How many?
Oh, it's like so. Onar's like, you know, I've never seen anything like this before, at least around these parts. This is very different from before. So, is anyone going to analyze the bodies, or are you just going to...
I am.
Okay, so... Yeah, Sains is now... Okay, well, that was easy. So, do you share said knowledge with your party, though?
Yeah, sure.
That's a D100, that's not so much a question. That's a...
Why not?
Why not?
It is group research.
Okay, so why not? Because only people with intelligence can actually understand group research. Because you could tell them all the things you want, but if they don't have the mind to understand it, then it's
true.
Too bad for them. So
now I have the Cannibal Lord.
Yeah. So you can't really... Let's see, does Annabelle actually have the means to get to... Annabelle, do you have any intelligence, or did you ever get any intelligence?
Got like 10 intelligence?
Nope, not enough. You need 40. So even if he were to tell you... Oh, that's not good. So even if he were to tell you this knowledge, you would not be able to actually obtain the knowledge yourself. So, like, he can tell you generalities like, you know, just, this is likely related to cannibals and it's general stuff, but he can't tell you more advanced stuff like, you know, this is their armor class, this is their damage type.
Damn cannibals.
So, the stunned, what are you going to do with the stunned one?
I guess take him with us until he wakes up.
What, you just going to drag him?
She and I can just carry him.
Okay, so... She's like, why do I have to do this again?
This is the sort of stuff you signed up for.
It's like, no, the stuff I signed up for was killing these kind of enemies. Dragging them along on adventures was not in the contract.
Well, you didn't kill him, so we're dragging him along.
Fine, you got me there.
Do we need him?
I don't know, it's always good to keep a survivor.
Okay. It's like, sure, whatever. And she reaches down. Can she just do it alone? She can't just do it alone. She just basically picks him up like it weighs nothing and just carries him over her shoulders. She's pretty strong for... yeah, for... I was going to say something sexist, then I stopped myself.
Oh well.
No, she's a very strong woman. There. That doesn't sound as sexist.